Welcome back to That's Entertainment, the weekly entertainment show where we all look at all the interesting news from last week this week. With such sobering predictions for the short-term future of cinema, it's easy to understand why the opportunities offered by the streaming remain a high priority for the industry. Deadline reports that Disney is to close down 18 TV channels in Asia as it shifts its focus to Disney+. Netflix focus on international product continues as the world's biggest streamer announces it will shortly open an office in Sweden, which will operate as a hub for the Nordics. Well, that's interesting news. We'll definitely be in touch with them. It joins the network of overseas office Netflix already has an operation in Amsterdam, Madrid, Berlin, London, Paris, and Brussels, with locations also coming soon in Rome, Istanbul, and Bogata. The importance of streaming as part of the overall Amazon Prime consumer offering was made more apparent than ever before this week, when Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos said that as a Prime Video turns 10, over 175 million Prime members have streamed shows and movies in the past year, and streaming hours are up more than 70% year over year. In the US, NBC Universal's partly funded streaming service Peacock added 9 million new signups in Q1, taking their total from 33 to 42 million. And Paramount Plus helped Viacom CBS add 6 million new subscribers in Q1 this year, giving them 36 million global streaming users. According to a report in The Hollywood Reporter, it was much more than just movies that attracted new audiences. The biggest drivers of sign-ups were live sports and specials, including the Super Bowl, NCAA tournament, UEFA Champions League, Oprah with Meghan and Harry, and the Grammy Awards, as well as kids content, including programming from the SpongeBob universe and iCarly, and original programming including The Stand and Star Trek Discovery. Original programming content from cable brands and Paramount movies drove almost half of the Paramount Plus subscriber engagement. Globally, Nickelodeon programming was a significant driver of sign-ups and engagement on Paramount Plus as well. Perhaps not coincidentally, Paramount Plus has also announced plans to debut one new film per week for next year. And some of those films will be cinematic releases available just 45 days after their theatrical opening, starting with a much-anticipated A Quiet Place Part 2, which will open the US cinemas over the Memorial Day holiday weekend at the end of May. The range of original films produced for Paramount Plus will include such high-profile titles as the already announced next Paranormal Activity film, and will come from various Paramount-owned subsidiaries. That's a franchise that's done incredibly well, by the way. Paramount Plus also confirmed on August 11th launch date for the service in Australia and New Zealand, with a monthly subscription fee of $8.99, and Viacom's existing streaming offering of 10 All Access to be rebranded. And finally, here's a roundup of some of the key production deals announced by the streamers recently. Award-winning Broadway musical Come From Away, based on the true story of 7,000 airline passengers stranded in Newfoundland on September the 11th, 2001, is being filmed and will be released on Apple TV later this year. Just ahead of its season 1 finale, Amazon announced it had renewed animated adult superhero show Invincible for a second and third season. Go watch that. That show is brilliant. It's not as good as Boys, but my God, it's entertaining for a cartoon. In addition to the exec producing the series and directing the pilot episode, Taika Waititi is to play Blackbeard in the HBO Max period comedy Our Flag Means Death. The show stars fellow New Zealander Rhys Darby as a real-life aristocrat who decided to pursue a different career as a pirate. HBO Max has also ordered a 10-part comedy series, The Garcias, a sequel to Nickelodeon's The Brothers Garcia, which was the first English-language sitcom with an all-Latino cast and creative team. The Warner Media streamer is also in negotiations to bring Warner Brothers TV production Pennyworth to the platform. The dark drama set in an alternate version of the 1960s swinging London, with Batman's future butler Alfred, debuted on Epix in July 2019 before HBO Max launched. If an agreement can be reached, season 3 of the show will see it join the many other DC Comics productions on HBO Max. YouTube has announced plans for a number of new docuseries. They include Best Shape of My Life, which will follow Will Smith as he sets out to improve every aspect of his fitness. Noted, which will follow Alicia Keys in the studio recording her next album. Ice Cold with rap group Migo looking at hip-hop group jewelry and bigger issues around racial inequity. And A Recipe for Change, which will bring together famous Asian Americans to celebrate API culture. Netflix is bringing hugely popular video games franchise League of Legends to a small screen in conjunction with the game's publishers Riot Games. Arcane will be an animated series and is expected to debut later this year. Production has also started on season 2 of Lily Collins' show Emily in Paris, which Netflix revealed was their most popular comedy of 2020, with 58 million households watching it in 28 days over its October debut. Netflix also announced plans to adapt comic book series Lady Killer, with Diablo Cody writing and Blake Lively in the lead. And the streamer unveiled plans for its first Danish language movie, Loving Adults, a thriller that will star Dar Salim and Sonja Richter. Feel free to comment, like, and subscribe in the comment section below. Always look forward to hearing your questions, ideas, and feedback. Thank you.